What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. How has your idea of money changed? Or not how has it changed? How does it need to change? How does your idea of money and wealth and how does your idea of the material world need to change? Because it does. How does it need to change to have a more fulfilling life, both materialistically and spiritually? Are you ready? Money can be the most spiritual asset we ever come across. Hear me out. The mind is all, right? The mind pervades everything, and as a result, every effect resulting from the origin of thought contains within it fragments of the all. In other words, you cannot have an effect that does not bear some fragments of the cause. So it would seem by this premise that source can be found within literally everything. Now, to some degree, there is a variation of things being more or less good, objectively speaking. And it is wise for the individual to study what is within their own hearts and their own desires so they can have a clear image of what in fact is good or bad according to the individual's decision. Spirituality, as seen in the first quarter of the 21st century, has been the fork in the road for a millennia of physical damnation, quite literally. Humanity's destiny has always been for the stars and to shun whatever's on this planet. I believe we've had that wrong. We are here because we need to learn how to navigate this plane. How can we expect to thrive in any other dimension if we can't master our current situation, our current one? As the Kabbalion stated, man will always be servant to the higher planes and dimensions, but shall be master to the ones below him. This third dimension is made of the material, and we are in it. We shall not shun it. Instead, we shall become masters of it. We shall utilize what this beautiful existence has given us to explore the infiniteness of this dimension. The path to ascension is not finished when we hit some arbitrary number, 5D, 6D, 9D. It is finished when the all says it is. Every step we take but furthers the path. Every inch gained climbing the mountain furthers the apex. But growth is not only infinite upwards to other dimensions, it is also infinite sideways, within our own. Within the many nooks and facets of this reality. Our progress from this plane to another should be by choice because we've explored every inch, bathed in every beauty imaginable. It does us no good to demonize what should be used to facilitate our growth. Material wealth can and will be our greatest asset to gaining power and knowledge in the material world. It can corrupt, but it can also purify. The big problem is that people can't think big enough. People lack the ability to imagine a world. People lack the ability to imagine a world where they are using the material wealth that they have to explore the universe properly. Who's to say there isn't some magnificent discovery to be had on some distant planet in a distant galaxy far, far away? What if I wanted to learn how to build my own lightsaber from some alien crystal material with Yoda? People think spirituality exists one specific way. It has to look like their favorite Buddha statue or some ancient Egyptian relic. These are starting points, but they are only possibilities of how spirituality can manifest in our dimension. After all, before the Buddha, what were Buddhists imagining as spirituality? Before the Egyptian gods, what were humans fantasizing as a bridge to the heavens? There can be a million different planets with higher life forms on them, and spirituality will look different in each and every one of them. Different colors, different ideas, different gods, different constellations even. A kaleidoscope of beauty refracting patterns of light across the universe. Material wealth will allow us to explore all of these things, but we've given our power of reason and emotion to limiting beliefs. We've either consciously or unconsciously chosen to be the effects of this world instead of the causes, and as a result, our entire reason for existing belongs to someone else. They say jump, we say how high. People cannot see that we praise the material world within our everyday actions just as much as we praise the spiritual worlds with our chants or rituals or whatever, and that's not a bad thing. Praise them both for the love of as above and so below. As alchemists on this dimension, it is our job to provide a bridge from the etheric to this one. Not only to gaze longingly at the stars of our ancestor races, or we bring the heavens down to this plane. That is what we do. We make heaven on earth. We make heaven on earth. We don't endlessly chase these capricious notions of the promised land that lies just beyond the clouds. If we're doing that, we're simply rebranding an old idea. I've been having these thoughts lately. We can blame it on the solstice if you want. This sort of going down into the darkness to ascend, our strength renewed, as Thoth once said. I don't know. We can't get to other dimensions. We shouldn't even want to get to other dimensions if we can't handle ourselves here. If we're in the material world, we have to learn how to make use of it. We have to be masters of this world, servants to the higher dimensions, but masters to this one. It's a thought I'm working out at the moment. So we got to develop this, man. We got to get off our fucking old, useless spiritual jargon and ways of demonizing the material. Of course, you can go dark side, but you can go dark side on any plane. There's always sideways, back and forward. There's always multiple layers, as above, so below. If you think you're not going to have darkness on a different plane, you're blind. Willfully blind. We got to become the causes and not the effects. You can't negate the law, but you can rise above it. And we gotta have fucking fun while we're doing it. We gotta learn how to do it. We gotta learn how to enjoy the ride, baby. You know? There's an infinite amount of, like I said, nooks and crannies that are here and now. So much. Infinity goes forward, backwards, sideways. It's everywhere. We stop looking for that thing that's always out of reach. And start tethering the etheric to here. You're a transmuter, you're an alchemist. Tether that shit here. Tether it here. Tether it here. Tether it here. You see that? There's a butterfly right there. You see that bad boy? Glorious. Ain't that beautiful? The beauty is here, you guys. It's now. We create it with each step. With the material world. With money. With wealth. With health. The things you can touch and feel, your five senses. Do not demonize any aspect of yourself. It is all useful. It is all necessary for what we're on right now. Come on. Come on. Alright. Well, thanks for sticking out with me this long. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you made it this long, subscribe to the channel. Let me know who you are. Introduce yourselves. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. How has your idea of money changed? Or not how has it changed? How does it need to change? How does your idea of money and wealth and how does your idea of the material world need to change? Because it does. How does it need to change to have a more fulfilling life, both materialistically and spiritually? And let me know. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.